Besides Brook, Sanji, and Luffy for obvious reasons, who trained the least during the time skip? This question was asked in the One Piece subreddit by user xslayer29, and it's a fairly interesting question because there's a lot of strides that surprisingly don't train that much. A very obvious answer we can cut out is Zoro. I mean, Zoro's fairly obvious. He learned observation and armament hockey from Mihawk. He overall just had, better skill in swordsmanship after the time skip, so it's pretty clear it's not Zoro. We could probably also omit Frankie because he basically rebuilt his entire body from the ground up after the time skip, and he looks completely different. He has new weapons, new military equipment.
But we'll just say that's training though. I mean,
it is training because he's making himself better.
I mean, if you're just like buying new parts, I don't think that counts as training.
Like, if you think about it, how does a mechanical engineer train? By, engineering, right?
A lot of.
Wait, he built the parts himself.
Yeah, he rebuilt his own body himself.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like someone made it for him.
Yeah, after the time skip, his cannons have gotten bigger, his arms have gotten longer, and visually bigger as well. And he's overall much more powerful after the time skip, so it's definitely not Frankie, right? And the last one we can safely admit is probably Nico Robin because she was shown to be training with Sabo and Koala and Dragon in that one scene in episode 500 something.
Editor, pull up the scene.
Yeah, editor, pull up the scene of Robin trading, right? Even though she doesn't actually have Falky, she did learn Fishman Karate from one of the guys in the Revolutionary Army, so I think that's a pretty good technique to know, and she did use it fairly well in the Wano arc. So I think we can safely omit Robin. She also developed her Devil Fruit very much. It's now much more versatile, it has more techniques, so there's that as well, right? It's definitely not Robin. So it comes down to these three: Chopper, Usopp, and Nami. So an argument can be made for Usopp having trained at least a little bit during the time skip. I mean, he fought against an entire moving island, as a very helpful friend in Discord pointed out. And he did develop the Pop Greens, which were an upgrade to his ammunition. They were a much more powerful bullet than all the previous ammunitions that he did use in the pre-time skip. Pop Greens, they had poisons and all that stuff. It was a massive upgrade from whatever he was using in pre-time skip. Before he was using the little gadgets. He was Inspector Gadget in One Piece essentially.
Sure.
But with the Pop Greens, he's got some firepower. His training is less about hockey and more about just developing his ammunition, which is what he's good at, right? He's a sniper. So now it's essentially down to Nami and Chopper. Now, we can define training as like physically trying to get stronger by any means, as in hockey, or in Frankie's case, science, in Usopp's case, ammunition. In Nami's case, she didn't really train physically. It was more about an academic upgrade.
Bro, wait, all Nami did was took off her shirt and put on some jeans, that's it.
Nami's training during the time skip was less physical and more just training her navigational abilities and upgrading her climate tact, which is basically all she did really during the time skip. Not really much to go off of. In Chopper's case, he did develop his Devil Fruit a little bit. He got some new forms. In the anime, he has, I believe it's called Kung Fu Point, and his Monster Point is also controllable. He only needs one Rubber Ball to go into a controllable version of Monster Point. He's also better in medical science. He's able to treat people faster, which is, essential for a doctor. So I think we can safely conclude that the person who trained the least is most likely Nami. In every other case, they at least have some sort of physical upgrade, like Zoro is better at swordsmanship, Usopp has better ammo, Chopper has more medical knowledge and has more point transformations, Robin knows Fishman Karate, and Frankie has more firepower in his machines. So in every other case, they have a physical upgrade except Nami. Nami's climate tech got a bit better, and that's it. The physical upgrade isn't that much compared to the other Straw Hats.
She took off her clothes, that's it.
And she took off her clothes and that's it, yeah. I mean, she's a navigator and she doesn't even have observation. That's I think she should
doesn't
have
really-
observation, narratively. Anyway, what do you guys think? Who trained the most? Who trained the least? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. And while you're down there, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.